It's the day of reckoning in the Olympic Stadium in Munich. The crowd close on 78,000. Wonderful setting, marvellous atmosphere, and English referee Jack Taylor sets the game in motion. Holland and West Germany, and who would choose a favourite? The host nation, of course, bolstered by very partisan fans here, but the Dutch not without support either. It's an easy journey for them, and they have been the most impressive team of the entire tournament. Johan Cruyff's total football team. And here he becomes involved at the very start of the match. Rijsbergen. So many excellent footballers on view, and just one hopes we get a match worthy of the final itself. Cruyff immediately will drive on towards the edge of the West German penalty area. Vogts going in, he's brought down, and a sensational start. A penalty awarded in the very first minute. And it was Hoeneß's challenge. Johan Cruyff then makes immediate impact on the World Cup final. Franz Beckenbauer arguing the toss with referee Taylor, who is adamant. Cruyff it is here. Berti Vogts goes in, but it's Hoeneß's challenge that incurs the penalty. And Jan Neeskens is charged with the responsibility. 1-0. A minute played, and already Sepp Maier is picking the ball out of the German net. You could not have had a more dramatic start to any game of football, let alone the World Cup final. Neeskens keeps his nerve, and he's rammed it virtually into the centre of the German net. So Neeskens, who faced a battle to be fit for this game after being carried off 5 minutes from the end of the match against Brazil, has already given Holland a dream start. West Germany 0, Holland 1, and the crowd absolutely buzzing now as Holzenbein is brought down. Breitner with the free kick for the Germans. Muller has taken it short. And here's Muller now in there, tussling with Rijsbergen, and the referee eagle-eyed looking for another free kick perhaps, or even a penalty the other way. But now poor Breitner sends that ball spinning out of play on the far side. Well, who would have conceived of a first-minute penalty in the World Cup final? Quite incredible. But the referee was there, and he had no doubts. And it really has set the tone for the match. Well, the Dutch have been extremely popular in Germany throughout their stay. It's going to be a free kick because of the football they've played, but there's no doubt about it, this partisan crowd who want to see the Dutch beaten today, but they're a goal in the lead already. And referee Taylor is very unhappy and shows Berti Vogts a yellow card. What a start to the match. Helmut Schön looking unperturbed, but I'm sure he is. The free kick is taken by Krol. And that's come back off the side net. But a vibrant start certainly by the Dutch. And Germany have got to get themselves together quickly. Well, not the sort of team to be rattled, to be honest. But the sooner they can get themselves back on an even keel, the happier their fans will be. The last time West Germany were in the final was, of course, in England in 1966, and that's a free kick. Here's Wolfgang Overath. Can hit them, left-footed, strokes it in though. Clearance was effective, but uncontrollable on the bounce. And there'll be another free kick here, and the Dutch conceding several of these. Taken quickly and neatly. Breitner trying to get in at the back post, wins the corner. So can West Germany respond immediately? Jongbloed's hopping around on his line. And it's away, effectively. And look how quickly the Dutch break. Cruyff is up the far touchline, but that situation misread, enabling Schwarzenbeck here to tidy up. In company with Overath. Then it's Franz Beckenbauer. De Keizer. Running by Hoeneß. John again. So that Holland break with lightning speed. So a little bit too long this time. Headed down for Breitner. Forward again. Muller took part in the move, but it breaks down in the centre circle. There's some good football being played by both sides. Cruyff involved once more, but this time the cross will elude him as Sepp Maier comes to gather. That distinctive German goalkeeper. Taken rather too quickly the free kick, and Germany unable to benefit from it. Grabowski in the centre circle, and Beckenbauer, always the linchpin, always looks totally in control of the situation. Muller twisting, turning, trying to get the better of Rijsbergen. No foul. The referee was right. Olsen by an infield again for Overath. Breitner links in. Might try a shot himself, Paul Breitner on the right foot. It was swerving, but it was too high. Paul Breitner, you could see it was on his mind all the way there. Has the crack at goal over the top of Jongbloed's net. So the referee felt it took a deflection, and so Germany still have the chance to apply some pressure now. Muller's going for it. Jongbloed able to pluck that one out of the air all right. I'm sure Helmut Schön on the touchline has called for calm among the troops, having gone a goal down as quickly as the first 60 seconds. Neeskens was deadly from the penalty spot. Certainly Holland couldn't have dreamt of a start like that one. In they go again, and it's broken away for Maier. Just ran away at the last possible moment. The Dutch are certainly creating chances inside the German area, which must be disconcerting for the home nation. Beckenbauer. Overath coming across, probably as a decoy. There's Willem Suurbier. Has been a very integral part of this Dutch defence. Not many people were tipping Holland at the start of the tournament, but as soon as they got into their stride, it was evident that here was a very special side. Oh, and again, that's lovely play, opening the way for Van Hanegem. And the cross not quite effective enough this time, but Breitner's clearance picked up again by those men in orange shirts. We've certainly won a lot of admirers throughout this campaign. Van Hanegem all left foot. Arie Haan. And it's Van Hanegem. And Jansen. The German fans are a little frustrated now by the slow build-up of the Dutch. You can't blame them. Muller just unable to win the ball back, but that's a little loose. And he stretches. And Gerd Muller will be as anxious as anybody to get West Germany back on level course. Rijsbergen has some space down the left. No free kick this time. Expectancy level so high, of course, in Munich, with England having won on home soil in '66, and generally home countries do so well in the World Cup. And most people here were confident of a German victory, but it was a staggering blow to go one down in the first minute. Forward comes Schwarzenbeck, of all people, now. When it's floated in, it's going to be beyond any of those German attackers trying to get in there. Principally Muller, all eyes turn to him. Breitner. Holzenbein. It's a weak shot. Just dragged it wide, Bernd Holzenbein. Well, a pensive but a none too worried look, I would say that is. Well, the crowd have become more and more involved in this match because of that first-minute penalty, I think. There was certainly an air of expectancy before the start, but it was such a beginning to the match, an explosive beginning. It really ignited the fuse. And Holland stepped forward in numbers again, and this is terrific work inside the area. And Schwarzenbeck goes for the shoulder-to-shoulder on Haan. And comes off best. Who is going to lift West Germany? Rolled forward for Breitner now. And this is much better from them. And the Dutch have to be on their mettle with Suurbier getting the ball out of play. Might have been the worst thing almost that Holland could have done to score, because they've really upset the Germans. So I'm sure they'll settle for having this one-goal advantage so early in the game. And here is their corner. Post and easily flicked away. Oh, a rare miss kick. This time the foul goes against Ruud Krol. Certainly you'll be looking to the likes of Hoeneß and Bonhof in midfield now. Grabowski too involved. And Schwarzenbeck venturing once more into the Dutch half, trying to clip that ball forward. Bonhof. They're so calm and arrogant almost, the Dutch, in everything they do. Plenty of time and plenty of patience in the build-up, but Beckenbauer is the one who brings West Germany clear. Now Grabowski. The first 15 minutes gone through, and who would have predicted that at the end of it would be the Dutch who would be in the lead. As I said at the start, this was such an open contest. Berti Vogts in here. Can't get it through past the Dutch defender though. And Haan it was who cleared. Forceful running by Krol. And an air of quiet for once, for a moment. I'm sure that won't last for very long. There's Hoeneß and Beckenbauer combine again. Trying to seek out this equaliser. Hoeneß taking on Hanegem. Well, things didn't start too promisingly for West Germany in this World Cup campaign. A single goal victory over Chile in Berlin. And, poor Breitner was the scorer that day. A better performance against Australia, but they were very much expected to win by 3-0, as they did do. Overath, Koolman and Müller the scorers then. And then that defeat at the hands of East Germany in the historic meeting in Hamburg. So things were certainly not going according to plan at that stage for the hosts. And they're on defence again now. Rijsbergen. The Dutch, you feel, are just content to stroke this ball around and content themselves with this 1-goal advantage they've built for themselves. Cruyff. Haan. Now Müller. Schwarzenbeck. Once again the Dutch strong enough, but Müller's challenging Rijsbergen here. Doesn't foul him either, but Rijsbergen strong twice there, emerged with the ball. And that's a foul. Grabowski. Just talking about the West German progress, they then went to Düsseldorf to beat Yugoslavia by 2-0 and really got their act together in scuppering the Swedes at 4-2 again in Düsseldorf before beating Poland 1-0 in that semi-final in Frankfurt, when Gerd Müller's goal was good enough to carry them through to this final today. But to meet the team that so far most people would say have been the best in the tournament in Holland. Certainly been the most attractive. Franz Beckenbauer, desperate for a World Cup winners' medal. He got a loser's medal, of course, in England. Hoeneß to Grabowski. Forward they come again with Berti Vogts. Well, the Dutch are not afraid to concede free kicks. Well, Berti Vogts speaks a little English, but it is a little, so we'll have got the message over to Jack Taylor there. But he's a very firm official, this Englishman, and the free kick taken already. The referee, I'm sure, he's going to ask for it to be retaken. He wasn't happy at all with the Dutch wall. Is Jongbloed happy with it? That's perhaps even more important. Well, they look to be the requisite 10 yards to me. So here comes this German free kick from Bonhof. And Jongbloed, perhaps uncharacteristically there, concedes the corner. Didn't look totally convincing in going down for that ball, and that could be just a sign of nerves. Jongbloed doesn't always have a lot of work to do. He's got some to do now, as this corner for West Germany gets across to Bonhof. Up he goes for it. This time there is a better punch out by Jongbloed. And Beckenbauer emerges with the ball from those two challenges. Now he's got to get back, but the whistle has sounded. Johnny Rep there, who's got his share of goals in this tournament. Breitner. West Germany seeking to get Muller moving inside the Dutch penalty area. Throw in one by Neeskens. What a moment for him to convert a penalty in the first minute of a World Cup final, something he'll tell his grandchildren about in years to come. The only player that the Dutch don't seem to have got much into the game so far is Robbie Rensenbrink, who also struggled to be fit for this match after the injury he incurred against Brazil, but he is fit, he's out there. He's not figured prominently as yet. Beckenbauer points the way forward, and then clips a lovely ball out for Hoeneß. Still Hoeneß, such an elegant player. Overath now. This might be more dangerous. Edge of the area, Muller turned, and is that inside or outside the area if there's a free kick given? Well, I think Mr. Taylor says that Gerd Muller, who now ends up on the deck, pushed there by Hanegem, as Overath protests, I think he's saying that Muller actually fouled the defender here as he backs into him and then turns. He was hoping to get at least a free kick, if not a penalty. And then Hanegem rather stupidly brought Muller down. Well, or did he? Look at that. Muller really did throw himself. On initial sighting, I thought Hanegem, well, he did make some sort of a contact, I'm sure. But that is a real dive by Gerd Muller. And very unprofessional, very ungentlemanly. Now it's Rijsbergen who needs the team to Jack Taylor. I'm sure he's saying off you go, off the pitch if you want treatment. The game's still in the early phases and so much to talk about. Helmut Schön will suspect that things are just not going the Germans' way at the moment. And the Dutch quite happy. And you can bet that Hanegem is going to be booed all around the ground every time he touches the ball between now and the final whistle, no matter what happens. Cruyff, and he gets hacked down from behind. Cruyff inevitably a marked man. This is a throw-in. Haan. They ventured fourth and they nearly sold themselves short that time. Jansen has picked it up. For Neeskens. Shadowing defender there was Bonhof. Now Overath. Good movement ahead of him. Also plenty of orange shirts around him. Here's Breitner, and here goes Holland now. Cutting in towards that Dutch penalty area. He's gone a long way here. He's inside that area. He goes down. It's the second penalty of the match. Jansen it was who brought Holland down to the ground. The trailing leg of Jansen here just makes the contact. Funnily enough, I thought he'd stubbed his studs into the ground just ahead of Holland, but he's gone down over the leg, and poor Breitner sensationally can bring West Germany level. What a 25 minutes we've had in Munich, and referee Jack Taylor has awarded 2 penalties. Can Breitner convert? He can, and Germany are level. A roar around the stadium. Helmut Schön knows that West Germany are back in it. Cool as you like, Paul Breitner. Jongbloed rarely moved. 1-1 indeed. It's 1-1, and Paul Breitner has cancelled out that sensational start given Holland by Johan Neeskens. Well, you would expect the German flag to be flying now, and I wonder if that is going to be a turning point. Holland has done so well there for Germany. He went about 20 or 30 yards to get into the penalty area, but Jansen should have known better than to stick out a leg like that, whether he made contact or not. It's Holland's turn to try and regain composure, although they don't often lose it. Won by Vogts. Well, whatever happens between now and the half-time whistle, there will be plenty to talk about during the interval. Neeskens. Foul was by Rep. And it's a good final. It's 1-1. And it's a far better game than either of the semi-finals. Beckenbauer sees his dream alive again. Hoeneß unable to control the pass. And 1 or 2 individual confrontations here. Hanegem goes for the longer ball through the middle, and it was holding up on the turf. He didn't get Cruyff in though. And Sepp Maier, with those huge hands of his and the black gloves, throws it out for poor Breitner, very much the hero of the moment in West Germany. Beckenbauer forward. Holland fouled again, this time in a more sensible position from a Dutch point of view. Beckenbauer's midway inside the Dutch half again, and a little clip of the boot sends the ball soaring to the edge of the area, but cleared all right this time. That surging run made by Jansen ended by Overath challenge. Safely tucked back for Sepp Maier. West Germany 1, Holland 1. And Beckenbauer, I'm sure he's going to be an extremely influential figure. Berti Vogts pops up in midfield, and Berti Vogts is here, edge of the area. Still Vogts here. Can he put Germany in the lead? Jongbloed makes the stop. And you don't always expect Berti Vogts to get into those sort of shooting positions, but he did a terrific job for Germany here. And when he looped it over the defender, you really fancied him to be on the score sheet. Credit Jongbloed with the stop. And he prepares now to meet the corner kick as well. No foul there. You got the feeling that Bonhof may have been looking for that. But the Dutch, for the first time in this match, and almost the first time in the tournament, look just a little rattled. Grabowski. Enough Dutch there this time to terminate that German attack. They shouldn't play around with it with Gerd Muller hanging about. Krol from Hanegem and back to Hanegem, and now Rijsbergen. Going round in circles. Rijsbergen will take the ball inside the German half, purposefully. Haan. It's a lovely evasion of the challenge by Cruyff, who thought he might have got a free kick there. Gets a consoling pack from Berti, Vogts, and now it's Hoeneß, and he'll race at the Dutch defence this time. Has to wait for some support. Looks for Muller in there. The little tuck back is to Breitner. Play on, says the referee. 1 or 2 skirmishes again. And then Grabowski wins it. And the Dutch are getting themselves in a bit of a mess here, and Grabowski's done superbly well. Whips this one in for Holland. And Jongbloed eventually has the ball in his hands. And the pace is increasing, and it's making for a very interesting contest now. Well, the game really has settled after that start that it had, and the Germans are now beginning to ask quite a few questions of the Dutch defence. Certainly more than any other side has in this championship so far. The Dutch coming here unbeaten, the West Germans having lost only to their East German counterparts. That's too short. Hanegem has another opportunity. Rijsbergen. Good play from Haan. Rensenbrink gets a little push in the back from Schwarzenbeck, and here is Rensenbrink, and I think he's going to be offside. The linesman on this side here. Overath, such an elegant player, and Hoeneß it is again who goes down this left side to try and torture the Dutch defence. Rolls the ball for Grabowski. Now for Vogts, who's getting more and more adventurous as the match proceeds. Swung in again by Overath, and Jongbloed doesn't make a connection, but he does get a boot to it. Well, to be fair, he did make a connection with the palm of his hand, but he only flipped the ball down. And that looked dangerous for a moment. Jongbloed well off his line. He was at total stretch there, but recovered. And no worries here for Holland. Muller was offside. Been an excellent game of football, an excellent half to watch. And Cruyff plays this ball out here for Suurbier. Taken by Maier. Grabowski's pass, and again it's Hoeneß here, and Haan is struggling against Hoeneß. Surely not another penalty. Hoeneß, terrific stuff across the face of the goal for Rijsbergen to clear, and for Haan to play it back for Jongbloed. And Hoeneß is the one now who is really troubling the Dutch defence. 2 surging runs from the blonde midfield player. Cruyff responds for Holland. And the game picks up once more. It's a wonderful advertisement, this. When you compare it with the Dutch game against Brazil, it's an entirely different game. Haan. And this might be a foul on the edge of the area. But, the foul is awarded against the Dutch. Referee Taylor certainly much involved in the match. Grabowski, the man with the ball at his foot. Hoeneß waits inside him. Still it's Grabowski. Muller now. Free kick given. A position of some danger, this one, and Hoeneß might fancy his chances. Beckenbauer wants to be involved too. And referee Jack Taylor says come back the 10 yards. That's the requirement of the law. Hoeneß has placed the ball, as you can see. Not quite sure what Jongbloed can see from that. Probably not a lot. And it's Beckenbauer. Oh, it's well taken and it's well stopped. He rues his luck. The German captain. It's a clever free kick, a lovely chip. Exquisite, really. And Jongbloed did his job. A German corner with so little time in the half left. But enough time for a goal, that is for sure. And the Dutch will break sharply. Rep tests his pace against Vogts, and the crowd liked the fact that Berti Vogts got a boot in there to take the ball away from Johnny Rep. There's been so much to admire in the contest. Constant sparring between the two, and there's going to be more now as Vogts nudges the ball forward and then has to dash back in his defence. Cruyff is there on the ball. Rep's outside him. Here is Johnny Rep, and Sepp Maier comes to make a save. Well, it could honestly have been 2-2, 3-3, anything this match already. And when Cruyff and Rep broke there was real, genuine danger to the German goal. And they're allowing each other to play football, and that's good. Whipped in here again. Safely headed out to Overath. And both these sides content to just rely on the quick break. And so again Grabowski. And he's round his marker. That's good play. Grabowski doing really well for West Germany here. He had to do that until he got support. Holzenbein once more wriggling around the edge of that area. Producing a shot, producing a corner. But not a hint of a smile yet on the German bench. The first half has been good, and we've 45 minutes to come, even after Jack Taylor has blown the whistle to signal the end of this half. So, a feast in store. Look at that, 5 Dutchmen in the picture. The one German arriving is Gerd Müller. Can West Germany make this corner kick count? Bonhof couldn't get there. Breitner keeps Germany ticking, and now Hoeneß, and the referee says play on, and they'll do that, and Hoeneß drives it in for another Jongbloed save. And Hanegem. The crowd seemed to have forgotten that they were booing him earlier. And Beckenbauer, stylish as always, lays it back for Sepp Maier. Undoubtedly Germany's number one. And Beckenbauer again takes responsibility. That's why he's the leader. Berti Vogts. There's a good turn again from Holzenbein, and again he's brought down. He's furious with that. Neeskens the tackle, and Neeskens a yellow card. Well, Holzenbein has been brought down unceremoniously at least 3 times in this match that I can recall now. That free kick, Jongbloed, who always prefers to punch, does so. Bonhof on the ball. And he's offside it was marginal. Well, the linesman had no doubt, and there were no complaints from any of the players. Inside the closing 5 minutes of an absorbing half. Probably surprising that the only 2 goals we've had have both come from the penalty spot, because there's been some adventurous football. Here's one for Hoeneß to chase. Too great a task for him. Haan. He's got a shot on him if he chooses to let rip with one from there, but doesn't do so this time. Play on, says Mr. Taylor. And Hanegem. Rensenbrink was waiting out on the left touchline. The Germans denying the Dutch space, which they were giving them a little earlier. Rijsbergen. They always try to get Johan Cruyff involved, and Cruyff claims to throw in, and he gets it too. And Van Hanegem will whip one in here. Header wide, well wide von Neeskens. There's a good nature about the game, even though we've had 1 or 2 challenges and a booking for Neeskens. A couple of bookings actually. There was one in the first few minutes of the match. Breitner trod on the ball. Germany's throw. And again they're trying to get Holzenbein in the action. Beaten away by Suurbier. And a free kick awarded to Holland too. Well, that's a dangerous place to play the ball across the edge of the area. Muller wasn't far away. Suurbier into German territory. Cruyff's ahead of him, almost acting as decoy runner, and spectacularly headed back to Sepp Maier. Grabowski. 2 minutes left in the half. Oh, tremendous running by Bonhof. And they'll torture the Dutch defence against now. Here comes Gerd Muller, and Gerd Muller has tucked it into the Dutch net. West Germany in front for the first time. Bonhof had made the run, and Muller gets 2 stabs at it, and you can only give this man one any time. And Gerd Muller whips the ball in wide of Jongbloed. It's West Germany 2, Holland 1, and this man does it yet again. De Bomber. He's turned the course of the World Cup final on its head, and so close to the interval, and Helmut Schön and Joep Durval alongside him now must be hoping and praying that West Germany can hold on to the advantage that they've got. And it says so much for German resilience that a team a goal down inside 60 seconds can come back to forge a lead before half-time. Oh, superb skill from Franz Beckenbauer. Listen at the crowd roaring now. They probably don't want half-time, they want the game to carry on. And the Dutch will want to break. Just to recollect their thoughts as well as their poise, but they've still got plenty of that. Here's a good ball in, put out of play by Beckenbauer. May well be saying to Maier that he didn't get a call, but whatever, he's put that ball out of play for a Dutch corner. And this contest continues to captivate. Can Maier see through the wall? Ahead of him, and he'll go for it, and he'll catch it rather dodgily. Seconds away now from the half-time whistle, and few in the crowd after 1 minute would have expected Germany to be in front. Overath. And you have to give full credit to the German front runners, people like Grabowski and Holzenbein, who've helped to get their team back into it with some really penetrating runs. It's half-time here in Munich. It's West Germany 2, Holland 1. A terrific half. Really set on fire by Holland's first-minute penalty awarded by Mr. Taylor there. I don't think West Germany had touched the ball. Neeskens scored, objecting about something. But West Germany have come right back through Paul Breitner's penalty after Holzenbein had been brought down. And Gerd Muller's goal. 2-1 at half-time to West Germany. Just 45 minutes of the 1974 World Cup finals remain. Everything to play for now for West Germany and for Holland. Bonhof and Cruyff, they thought, were to be the central figures. But at the moment, it's West Germany in the lead by 2-1, and a glimpse there of a Dutch substitution. René van der Kerkhoff has replaced Rob Rensenbrink at half-time. And just confirmation for you that that goal by Gerd Muller enables him to become the top goal scorer of all time in World Cup finals. 14 goals he's scored, that's one more now than Just Fontaine for France. And this could well be Gerd Muller's swan song in international football. Talk of him retiring after this final. And what a way to go it would be if his was to be the winning goal. Sepp Maier clears towards Holzenbein. The Germans sticking with the 11 that started the game. So Helmut Schön obviously happy, especially at the way they overcame that terrible start. There goes Grabowski. He's had a good half in the first 45 minutes. Krol. The announcement on the tannoy system is of that change, and there is van der Kerkhoff, number 10, one of the two brothers, of course, in Holland. Willy van der Kerkhoff, the other one, not playing. And it's going to be interesting to see whether the Dutch can get themselves back. They wouldn't have thought that they'd be 2-1 down at half-time, having had such an early advantage, and that's a foul. Not much doubt about that. Suurbier, the guilty party. Calm down, says Jack Taylor. Everybody knows it's a big occasion, but that was rather needless. Beckenbauer, Muller, Holzenbein. And you really do feel that West Germany now scent that they're on the way to perhaps a second World Cup final victory. They won it, of course, in 1954 in Switzerland. 3-2. Corner right at the start of the second half, just what the Germans wanted, and Hoeneß takes it. Bonhof's in there for it. It's Bonhof's header, and he curses his luck. The puff of powder off the white line there told you how close he was. Hoeneß floats this one over, and it's a clear header for Rainer Bonhof. Oh, that's close. Haan. And Cruyff says, come and let me have the ball, let me set things going. Vogts challenges him. Cruyff just pushes them away disdainfully. Neeskens now got that first minute goal. Haan back for Neeskens inside the area, down he goes, but as he went down he was looking to the referee. The Englishman unimpressed. Breitner. He was the one who got that penalty equaliser, of course, after Holzenbein was brought down by Jansen. And Beckenbauer chips the pass over the top of the defence, but too far ahead of Breitner. Rijsbergen. And Haan steps forward again. He loves to get into the other team's half. Rijsbergen there too now. Still there tussling for it with Jansen helping out. Plenty of Dutchmen up in this move. And they're still all up there. There must be 8 Dutchmen in the German half. Rijsbergen lobs this one in. Look at that. You see there's 4 Dutchmen inside the German penalty area, but they couldn't win the ball. Jansen has it back for them though. Beckenbauer calm as ever. And Van der Kerkhoff claiming the throw in. Neeskens. Van der Kerkhoff. And Maier starting. And it's headed back for Rep, and then Cruyff's going. Well, his boot. But I don't really think a great deal of contact with my hands, didn't particularly like it. Beckenbauer stands, hips. Maier's picked himself up. Johan Cruyff contest a ball like that. He might like the nudge which would have carried it over the keeper. Well, Cruyff at the end half left the pitch. Did something with the referee. But I don't think that was or even a foul. Obviously been given. Sepp Maier look after himself too. Full header on from Muller. Holzenbein just by it. By Jongbloed. Ruud Krol. They have the capability of getting back into the match. Rep. And him again here. Krol rather. Wins the corner. Rep to take it. Several and the goalkeeper Maier headed out off the line by Bright. Well, that's the first. Been some unconvincing goal. Sepp Maier. Whether got a little push as he went for that ball, I'm not sure. Tell from the replay, Maier going for it, and he just get the hands that he was looking for. Had to be helped out by on the line. Another corner. Not sure what a chance that was. Neeskens got the shot, and it was blocked. Good little Dutch this foul throw. Back to Berti Vogts, to Schwarzenbeck. Beckenbauer. And taken on by Rensenbrink. Free kick given. Beckenbauer. Of course, Beckenbauer and Overath were Overath. That 1966 side, which was beaten for England. This time for Holland. Michels has did his side's progress to the final, and they've hardly been away. But at the moment they find themselves behind hosts, and me, a few pounding there, and sets the stave almost in slow. Seem to be down too soon here. Look at the Hanegem coming in, and Sepp Maier to stop in time. Wants treatment. So it really would. Reward after all those for Beckenbauer and Overath if they win World Cup winners now at long last. Breitner. Referee now is taking play so that some can be administered. He's allowing it to continue with this. Beckenbauer was the one who was hobbling. Nice little chip forward. And look at that. Germans, they were really up for the task. Even good, Muller getting back. Dutch cross, however, and Maier and Schwarzenbeck gets the header in. The tallest man in there. Just got above Neeskens. Got a kick on the head. Schwarzenbeck. Got some moments for Sepp Maier and co. Breitner's headed one off the line, and here is another Cruyff corner. It looked to be too close. It was out of play. Durval seems to be later than Helmut Schön at the moment. And good mulling for every ball now. Really typical Muller strike. 2 minutes before. What a logical time it was for the German as well. Comes Bonhof. There's a good ball, and Muller was once more. He claimed a handball, Suurbier. I get it, we've had 2 penalties in already, surely no more to come. Sure, the Dutch would say that if a connection with the hand was probably pushed into it by Muller coming in from behind. Grabowski, West German corner. It would obviously so much to this country if they win. Grabowski. Oh, it's a poor. Oh. It would probably be Holland in their first. And I'm sure we're going to see many players again in another full time when the World Cup to Argentina. It's a useful ball in. Target. No. Hanegem keeps getting into useful, but getting more and more forward in this. Germany 2. For Germany. Possession, it was Van der Kerkhoff there and won it. Good defending to Vogts. Although this time his pass was a little. Now the little man sprints and feet over. And some excellent work now from Holzenbein. Every time Holzenbein has a tilt at the Dutch defence, he gets brought down and he wins a free kick. He's already won a penalty. He's now won another in a sequence of free kicks. Jack Taylor doesn't want them to stay down long. But there's been a good fluency about this game compared with the semi-finals. Grabowski, one-on-one, and they're quite content to let him run at them, and he's slipped one in here for Muller. He'll turn it into the net, but it will not count. Offside is given. He really sniffs out goals, does good Muller. And that's why he's been such a favourite with the West German fans in 1970 and here in 1974. Jansen, who really got the West Germans back into the game by conceding that penalty kick. It's a nice ball out for Overath, but well read by Rijsbergen. And Hanegem, all left foot. This free kick is awarded against Cruyff, who continues to dispute things, and referee Taylor will stand not a lot of nonsense. That was quickly played. Grabowski just keeps it in. Support from Hoeneß. The Germans are playing in little spurts at the moment, and Hoeneß trying to create room for a shot. So does Muller. Deflected back to Jongbloed. Distinctively plays with his sleeves rolled up. No foul by Vogts. And the most disappointing thing probably from a Dutch point of view is that Johan Cruyff has been given no space at all. So here comes Grabowski for Germany. Tucks it back in there. Didn't find Muller. And Hanegem hits the longest ball of the afternoon, but it's an accurate one. Just about kept in by Johnny Rep. Schwarzenbeck is confronting him and has the power and the pace to beat him away. Overath and Beckenbauer, and they're toying with Holland there. It's not the most advisable game to play, so Jansen drives forward. He kidded him, and it's a useful ball played in. Here's a chance. Rep was coming to get on the end of Cruyff's knockdown, and it's just not working out at the moment. Van der Kerkhoff really fooled Schwarzenbeck. Cruyff's knocked back, and it just needed a touch. Breitner did well in conceding the corner. Cruyff takes it. Generally lifts him to that near post. And, cracked away by Breitner. Suurbier. Van der Kerkhoff, and he's playing some useful crosses in, but no one really responded there apart from Sepp Maier. Rijsbergen's had a good game at the heart of the Dutch defence today. But they haven't been able to prevent Gerd Muller getting his name onto the score sheet yet again. He certainly will go down in West German folklore, Gerd Muller. Suurbier. And again. Well, they're almost queuing up, and there are men inside that area as Vogts gets his head to the ball. Grabowski now, and Overath. Almost didn't seem to have the energy to go for the return pass. And the Dutch have stayed calm, still playing their usual controlled football and trying to create chances, but giving away too many free kicks. Now Vogts. And I wonder if either side is considering a substitution at the moment. Certainly some treatment required for Wolfgang Overath at the moment. When you look at somebody like Overath, the finalist in 1966 when he was on the beaten side, he got a medal too in 1970 in Brazil when he finished in third place with West Germany, who beat Uruguay then in Mexico City. A match which Beckenbauer missed through injury. Suurbier. So Wolfgang Overath really has been an integral part of this side over the 2 decades. And Berti Vogts, of course, and Gerd Muller played in that team in 1970. So they're looking for their just desserts today. And at the moment they're on course. It's 2-1 to West Germany, but Holland on the attack with Cruyff well inside that German penalty area, but it didn't break kindly for them, and Germany do break swiftly, and this is a real race out led by Bonhof. Still he's there, and in the end the foot of Ruud Krol got in the way. Suurbier turning up on the left for a change. Cruyff still at the heart of all that matters for Holland. Strangely, it's Germany who are hitting on the break now with Holzenbein. Overath seems completely recovered. Hoeneß chipping it through. Offside is the decision. And still Germany have the same 11 on duty that began the game and were so stunned by that first-minute penalty decision. You could not ask for a more cruel way to start a World Cup final and to concede a penalty. Here goes Gerd Muller. Might he seal it now? Still Muller there. And in the end he's denied. But Germany will have the throw-in. It came off Rijsbergen. That was a crucial piece of defending. Bonhof with West Germany's throw, and we're at the midpoint of the second half. Muller's in there once more. And it's Van der Kerkhoff. Jansen. Now Suurbier has gone back to the position we're more accustomed to seeing him in, down the right-hand side of defence. Left for Cruyff. Suurbier. Again, the Dutch are all trying to make themselves available, but they've certainly not been able to get Cruyff into the forward positions that they have done in the previous games, and that's been the difference. And the West German plan is working to perfection at the moment. Aimed for Hoeneß, it didn't reach him. Johnny Rep. Cruyff, and it's run beneath his foot. And it's certainly been the least effective performance by Johan Cruyff. And here is a second change made by Rinus Michels. And the player coming off will be Rijsbergen. Doesn't look totally fit. And Theo de Jong, who has been used on numerous occasions as a substitute for Holland, comes on for the last 20 minutes or so. De Jong wearing number 7, Van der Kerkhoff number 10, the two substitutes brought on so far. Grabowski. And that's Muller. And, he was aiming for Hoeneß, who always looked as though he thought he was offside. He was right. There'll be one almighty celebration in Munich tonight if the scoreline remains this way. West Germany 2, Holland 1. And over the years, it's It's often happened that the team scoring first in the World Cup final has gone on to be beaten. It happened to West Germany, of course, who were a goal up at Wembley in 1966 and eventually were beaten 4-2 by England, with Geoff Hurst becoming the only man ever to score a hat-trick in a World Cup final. Oh, that's a giveaway. What a chance now for Holland. And Neeskens unable to find a colleague in there, and the corner conceded happily. A rare lapse in the German defence this. Neeskens across, Beckenbauer put it out of harm's way. But again, the German captain has showed himself to be an outstanding leader. Cruyff with the corner kick. Holland a goal behind, seeking a way back. Didn't go out. And then Vogts is fouled. And again, Johan Cruyff finds himself at odds with the English referee about the decision. He's becoming increasingly argumentative. Muller, one-on-one with Jansen. Nice little lob back for Jongbloed. When it's lobbed towards the German net this time, the Dutch have got plenty of men around. Is there space for a shot? All the white shirts are behind the ball, all doing a marking job. Here's Van der Kerkhoff though, and he got that one in despite Schwarzenbeck being there. Here's a chance, and it's headed away by Bonhof this time. Back in there again from Suurbier, and the corner kick given. Tense moments for the crowd and for the team, the West German team that is. Nice little cut back there from Van der Kerkhoff, and importantly headed away in the end, put out by Breitner. So Holland are getting their share of corners, but they need a goal badly and quickly. Hooked away only as far as Ruud Krol. And now it's Germany's turn to break, but it was an ill-conceived pass. Van der Kerkhoff tries to put his foot on the accelerator. And de Jong. Suurbier beaten to the ball by Berti Vogts. Here's de Jong once more. Fresh pair of lungs, that won't harm. Johan Cruyff forced deeper and deeper. Got the ball in all right though. And Muller can do nothing with that one. So de Jong keeps Holland moving forward, and then Suurbier lifts one in. Headed away by Schwarzenbeck. No foul, and just about kept in by Van der Kerkhoff, and he can fly another one across here, and a stumble in defence, and Maier had to make the save. Well, that could have been a crucial lapse for the Germans, as Van der Kerkhoff played that ball across. There was a slip in defence, and Sepp Maier had to make that save, otherwise we'd have been all square again at 2-2. Maier did so well then. Van Hanegem, and you sense the Dutch are coming for the kill. And here's a shot from de Jong, and it's straight into the welcoming arms of the goalkeeper again from de Jong. He has got one goal in this World Cup, way back in the early phases. So some anxious moments there for Helmut Schön. It's a good patch this for Holland, and again they're in there. Beckenbauer has to clear under intense pressure, and that will increase again as Holland come once more. Neeskens got the ball over there, and here comes another cross in, and knocked back into the heart of the area again, and a chance for Van der Kerkhoff, and that is a wayward shot. Slewed away off the side of his right boot. The German defence is under the cosh for the moment, and that's going to make it a good finish. But now Hoeneß. Quarter of an hour left, and early Hoeneß looking to put the seal on a German victory. Muller's there ready to pounce as well, and 3 Dutch defenders take the ball away from Hoeneß. The chunky figure of De Jong sets things in motion again for the men in orange, and on he goes. Schwarzenbeck just gets a foot in. Well, Germany have been on the ropes for the last few minutes. Overath, the man from Cologne. Free kick given. Jack Taylor very close to the action again, as Holland try to conjure up an equaliser. And I wonder if we could have extra time again. It's happened before, of course, with the West Germans. Shipped in, and Beckenbauer it is who knocks it away, and that's an effort that's not going to trouble anybody. From Arie Haan. Beckenbauer's header out, fell handily for him. So that was more suitable for a rugby match. And again, the crowd know there is less than quarter of an hour left for West Germany now to claim the crown. The crown that adorned their head last in 1954. There was a handball there. There's danger again to the German goal. Oh my word, they're getting closer and closer. But Johnny Rep lunging at the ball, stabs it wide, and you've got to put this down as a good chance. Suurbier's cut back, and Rep is inside the 6-yard area. A disappointing miss for him and for the Dutch, and they'll be wondering if maybe it's not going to be their turn after all. So many people were so optimistic for their hopes. But it's just not worked out. Not at the moment anyway. They trail by 2-1. But the German defence under siege a little bit at the moment. Now there's a chance of that break on again, and this might be the moment for Rainer Bonhof. Well defended against by Van der Kerkhoff. There goes that whistle once more. Increase the anxiety. Tension down on that bench. West Germany beat Hungary by 3-2 in Bern in 1954, but they've not won the World Cup since, and they are now a matter of 12 or 13 minutes away from another triumph. Berti Vogts, who's not stopped running all day, goes in there and looks to see if he's got the throw-in. And the linesman looked him back in the eye and thought, I think I better give it to West Germany. And that's exactly what he did. Here is Uli Hoeneß now. Still full of running. Muller waits in the middle, calling for the ball. Oh, that's well won for Holland. Cruyff out to Rep. Rep takes on Schwarzenbeck, and he's certainly got the equal of him. Well, Johnny Rep, it's not working out for him at the moment. He missed a chance of equalising a couple of minutes ago. He leaves Schwarzenbeck for dead. Beats Maier. Oh, it's close. And again the crowd roars in anticipation. The foul has been committed by Holzenbein. Jack Taylor said he turned his opponent there. 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes to for Holland to take the game into extra time. West Germany hoping to cling on to the 2-1 advantage they've got themselves. And again a roar of disapproval from the crowd. Well, Jack Taylor certainly cannot be accused of being a homer. He's awarded Holland a corner there where many thought it was a goal kick, and Cruyff will take Holland's corner. He usually dinks them into the near post. This is a longer one and Sepp Maier claims it. Under pressure from Neeskens. The onus very much on Holland to get themselves back level. West Germany content to get everybody behind the ball and just to try and hit on the break. They'll run at that German defence again. They're giving a great account of themselves here, Holland. And Maier, yes, it's behind the white line. He says it isn't. No matter what he says, when Van der Kerkhoff cut that one in, Sepp Maier had to claim it. And according to Mr. Taylor, he took it over the line. So again, Cruyff takes the corner kick for Holland. Again, it's a longer one. Again, Maier makes the catch. And he'll belt it downfield for the chase for Gerd Muller. Jongbloed has to head the ball away. That was good thinking by the goalkeeper. Well, Jongbloed did well there. He's not seen much of the action for such a long time. And that's surely going to run out of play off the substitute De Jong. This time there is no question, it is a goal kick with less than 10 minutes to play. Germany 10 minutes away from a World Cup success. Well, there are 1,000 million viewers of this World Cup final around the world. They will have enjoyed the action. They might even have enjoyed that, the sight of Neeskens and Maier going in on one another together. It was the sort of ball that everybody had to go for. Maier to make the catch, and Neeskens certainly had his foot up there, and he will be penalised. Hopefully they'll be the best of friends after the game. And West Germany now on the verge of a World Cup success in front of their own fans. Muller, and Hoeneß, and Jongbloed desperately clears. One more German goal and that will be it. They will be able to start celebrating. The trophy will be staying in West Germany. But for the moment, Holland is still very much in the hunt, and Van Hanegem has led them forward again. Reps offside. And the majority of this crowd are desperate to hear a final whistle. But they've another 5 minutes and more to go yet. 6 or 7 perhaps. But there won't be much time to be added on. Few stoppages in this half. Muller again trying to get in as the lonely runner up there. Krol's pass. And again Ruud Krol. He's got Suurbier to use on his left. And they'll look for Johan Cruyff as the chief architect of everything that's good about the Dutch game. But at the end it's a rather hopeless ball played forward by Ruud Krol. He gave nobody any chance with that one. And the Dutch, for the first time in the World Cup finals, are staring a defeat in their face, and it's going to be a defeat when it matters most of all if it happens in the final. crowd raise their voices once again. They are so close now. West Germany, Beckenbauer hooks it up in the air. There's trouble here. The whistle has gone. And it looks as though Jack Taylor is, well, reaching for a yellow card. Surely not. It didn't seem that bad a challenge. No, I think he's thought better of it. Puts it away again, and we can get on with the action. We are inside the last 5 minutes. And there will be a tumultuous roar if at the final whistle it stays West Germany 2, Holland 1. That's how it is at the moment. Holland retain their poise. Van Hanegem might try something with the left foot here. Breitner it is who gets in. Beckenbauer's clearing header. West Germany are actually sitting back on this lead, and then Beckenbauer belts it down that touchline for Holzenbein to have another tilt. Only Muller in the middle to support him. Holzenbein, still he's there. Down he goes. Rather optimistically there are appeals for a penalty. And Jansen, the man who did concede a penalty in the first half, this time gets away with it. Thank goodness for that, think the Dutch fans. But they're here, still in the hunt. And here's Neeskens, and he's got a good shot in, and that deserved reward. Neeskens, whose penalty goal in the first minute seems an eternity ago now, hit a terrific shot there and was unlucky not to score. What a good try this is from Johan Neeskens. Oh, that's desperately close. And Breitner needs a breather. The referee's a trifle unsympathetic. Well, he must know he's no more than 3 or 4 minutes to play at the most. That's all that separates poor Breitner and the rest of his German colleagues from a gold medal. It's been a highly competitive contest. It's been an excellent game of football. Really set alight by the first-minute penalty, which Neeskens converted. Germany, after 25 minutes, managed to get themselves back. Here goes Hoeneß. That penalty equaliser really setting them up. And then Gerd Muller with that goal 2 minutes before half-time gave West Germany a lead that they've managed to hold on to desperately at times. And they're still holding on now. This time it's Bonhof who's down on his haunches. And if he has to have treatment, it'll have to be on the sidelines. Helmut shown for the first time is off the bench. It'll be a wonderful moment for him if West Germany do go on to collect the World Cup. Bonhof, I think, is saying that he wants to get back on the pitch. Whatever torture he's suffering at the moment. Made the catch. Nothing else to do but kick it as far as possible. And he's done that all the way through to his opposite number. Holland will keep playing their football. And I haven't seen Jack Taylor consult his watch yet, so we assume there's maybe a couple of minutes left. Muller. Down for Hoeneß. Instinctive ball played by him. Sets Grabowski free. Could West Germany even now get a third goal? It's still Grabowski. Corner kick. Some desperate running from Jansen to get back there to concede that corner. That's all that matters. A few thumbs up on the touchline, but they're not there yet. But they're happy enough to be in the Dutch half. That's why they want to keep the ball. And listen at the din around at the Olympic Stadium in Munich now. It's looking like a World Cup final victory for West Germany. They'll want to retain possession for as long as possible. Offside given, and the Dutch have to be quick about everything they do. They've simply got to get the ball up into the German half. Schwarzenbeck allowed it to run through, and Rep and Breitner contest this ball. And Rep fouls Breitner and is frustrated. Breitner with his socks rolled down. Maier again goes for route one. Headed straight up in the air. Surely that final whistle cannot be long delayed now. Play on, says Jack Taylor. We've had 45 minutes of the second half. We are moving into time added on. He thinks it's done. He thinks the job has been done and the World Cup has been won. All eyes trained now on referee Taylor as Müller goes. That's it! West Germany are the world champions. Gerd Müller has probably signed off an illustrious career with the winning goal. The day had started so badly for West Germany. They conceded a penalty without kicking the ball literally in the first minute. Johan Neeskens gave Holland a dream start. It took 25 minutes to get back into the game. Then when Jansen brought Holzenbein down, Paul Breitner squared it from the penalty spot. And 2 minutes from half-time, typically, Gerd Müller swung on the ball in the penalty area, stroked it wide of Jongbloed, and at that moment, West Germany claimed the World Cup final. It's bedlam in the Olympic Stadium in Munich because West Germany, the hosts in front of adoring fans, have become the world champions for the second time, and for Franz, Beckenbauer, De Kaiser in there, for the likes of Gerd Müller, who struck the winning goal, and Wolfgang Overath, this is the realisation of a dream. One can feel only sympathy for the Dutch, who have played so magnificently throughout the past month in reaching their first ever final. But at the end of the day, Müller's goal gives West Germany the World Cup for the second time.